Hi, and welcome to Luna.
And the Druid.
There we are, back with a story. With what if the only thing that was holding you back was a story, a self invented story?
Yes. Well, tonight it will be a really interesting session. So I can guarantee you that you will come out of it transformed. So if you're not ready for a transformation, switch it off, go for a walk, and come back when you're ready, because I promise that you will look at yourself different after this session. I can already see some comments here. Claire says hello, hello, and so lovely to have you here. And yes, but before we jump into tackling or limiting beliefs, we would like to catch on of what we finished and where we've left last week during
Yes.
our last session. So today I want to start with part B of the reading we
Yep.
performed last week. But before we jump into it, bear with me.
Yeah, just a reminder, we ended up last week with what was holding you back.
Yes,
What is holding you
um,
back?
exactly. And we left few questions for you to ask yourself in the meantime, guys. I
Yeah.
hope you did the homework. If not, don't worry, we'll do a wrap up shortly, because we're going to talk about limiting beliefs, and tonight we will overcome them. So make sure you know what you want to work with tonight, because I promise you that you will make a change if you're ready for it. All right. So, as I said at the very beginning, Anna says hi as well. Hello,
Uh,
all amazing people, and hello, Anna. Um, Last time we were using tarot to find out more about our limiting beliefs. And before we jump into the conclusion and overcoming that limiting beliefs, we would love to see what tarot has to say and what is the guidance from cards. And Suzanne says, I'm ready. Let's jump into it
yeah.
and let's do it. We're starting with a tarot reading today because I'm curious, what is the guidance from Spirit? So let's see what actionable steps cards suggest to do. And we're going to do it the same way we did last week. Jan will pull a card and I will pull a card about that topic. And then you can choose your reader. It can be either my message, Jan's message, or you can actually feel drawn to two messages as well. So let's jump into it, shall we?
Yeah. So the
So,
first
actionable
question.
steps towards alignment. Jan, could you explain that?
Yeah. So so we look at the steps you can take to begin living in alignment with your dreams, and the cards we pull will offer practical guidance. So the first question and the first card we're going to pull is, what small change can you make today to get closer to your dream life? What small change can you make today to get closer to your dream life? I have a card. You have a card too.
Yeah, I almost revealed that. Okay, Jan, go ahead.
Yeah.
Start with that
Well,
one.
yeah, I pulled from the Toss Tarot the Six of Swords with the name of Science. So a small change in this card is not necessarily about feeling, but about knowing, about the rational mind, about something you just can do without harming anything, without ruining anything. Um, you can take a small step, and I always say every step in the direction of your end goal, even how small it is, every step you can take in the direction of your end goal is one. And the small step you can change, the small thing that you can change, ask yourself, is it true? Is it really so? Is the things are the things that hold me back from making big changes and big steps in my life? Is that really true, or is it just a story? And think of just one small thing where you always say, "Oh, I'm afraid of it. I think it cannot be done," and then throw that one overboard with rational mind.
Wow.
What card do you have?
I have dum, da, da, dum, Nine of Wands.
Nine of Wands. Oh, yeah,
This is a card which talks about so many aspects. First of all, I call this card a wounded healer because it talks about a person who's been through a lot, who's learned from that lesson, who's being tested constantly, at least at this time, and yet they're not giving up. They may be down on their knees, but instead of giving up is the period of resting, because to me, this card represents perseverance, action taking, but with some wisdom gained along the way, because this is a journey. Wonderful.
yeah. I call this card strength and setting boundaries as well. So it's a multifaceted card. It's for such a small. we ask for small changes, and we got kind of the big messages.
Yes. So ask yourself what boundaries or shifts you need to set to protect your time,
Yeah,
your energy,
yeah,
and dedicate that towards your dream life.
that's it. Yeah. So, second question: how can you begin aligning your current routine with the values that matter most to you? So, how can you begin aligning your current routine with the values that matter most to you? I have this card. You have one too?
I do have one too.
You want to start this time?
Um, yeah, I can. So I have here Five of Cups, which is really interesting when it comes to the answer to that question. Well, to me, this is about looking in the right direction instead of focusing on what's not working, focusing on what didn't work, focusing on what's not there, focusing actually what I've learned from this situation. What is that I'm gaining? Perhaps I am so focused on the negative that I can't see the truth of that situation. Five of Cups talks about disappointment, sometimes regret. And yet, this message is about not giving your energy to that, not feeding that energy in order to move forward. And what is
Yeah.
your card?
I have the Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Discs in the toss. It's called, and of course, this is all about stepping into new territory. So you align your routine and add something new to it. Add new money, but also new actions, new and especially new manifestations to it. Um, and the values that matter most to you in this case are the values of the physical health, money, career, the home, and the family. So everything you can touch seems to be important to you, but you need to make new ideas, new steps. Think of especially think of what you can leave behind in this new life that you're creating. Think of the things that no longer matter. Yeah.
Let's talk about resources and support. Is there available for you? What type of support do you need? What type of help do you need to achieve your dream life?
Yeah.
I
And
already pulled
you have the
a
result.
card.
You put the next one, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And the next question for this card is, what boundaries or shifts do you need to
No, no,
set?
no, no, no. We're moving
Oh,
on, Jan. Sorry.
we're
We're
moving
moving
on.
on
Oh,
to
sorry.
resources.
We're moving on to resources. Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
have in total 7 cards.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Okay. I
Sorry
misread
for
the
a bit of misalignment.
misalignment.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that
So
happens.
So, so this question, what would the question be then?
What support or resources do you need to help you achieve your dream life?
Yes.
Yeah, so what type of support, what type of resources are there needed? What do you need personally?
I pulled the Four of Cups. So
Wow.
it's, yeah, overflowing cups and luxury. Uh, uh, and of course, the card showed up earlier, I think in last week's as well. So it's about um, the support you need is of course, as you can see, in the cups field is love and is acceptance. Also, the idea of the things you can just forego, the things you don't need to accept. So um, yeah, have someone in around you, or have some ideas around you of things that you can let go of, and so you need support probably in letting go of, in creating space for
Mm,
this luxurious overflowing uh, emotions that the Four of Cups give you.
yes. Well, what skills do you need? What knowledge do you need? What kind of mentor do you need? And if you chose this card, the answer is none, because you have everything you need. Because I pulled the full. All you need is take a leap of faith and jump into the unknown. You've got everything you need. Actually, this fool doesn't have the bug. Usually the fool has a small bug on his shoulder, but this one is actually equipped in everything he needs. He has all the elements, all the zodiacs, which represent all the different aspects needed. All he needs to do is just balance his reality a little bit and make a step forward. And that's it.
Wow, that's
Have
it. That's all.
faith. Have faith in you. Have faith in the life of your dreams.
Be confident.
Oh, I love this card. It's so
Yeah,
wonderful.
it's a beautiful fool actually.
I know. It's so wonderful. So let's see what's your future self advice for you. What would your future self tell you living the dream? What is that you need to know right now from that perspective?
Yeah.
Okay. Woo!
Mhm.
Straight out of the deck. I have two cards actually.
Oh, you have
Interesting.
two. I have one.
Mhm.
Shall I go first? What would your future
Yes,
self
please. I
living the
can see
dream
in
life
your eyes
want
that
you
the
to know
card.
right now? The Magus, the
Wow.
magician. Yes. So, and of course, the Magus is the card that represents not only skillfulness, doing it all, mastery, but also communication. So, if you could communicate with your future self, what would they tell you about your current path? It's actually extended of what your last card said. The Fool. You have everything you need. You are the master of your current life, and you will be the master of your future life, and you will be definitely the one who can make everything a reality, because that's what the Magus does.
Hmm.
Love
Wonderful.
it. Yeah.
First of all, with the Seven of Pentacles, be patient and wait for the
Mm.
rewards. Sometimes we want McDonald's because we want things instantly and fast. But the good things are worth waiting for, especially in nature, especially when it's natural or organic. So plant your seeds, expect growth, but don't be alarmed if that's not going to happen overnight, because sometimes that's going to be a biggest lesson of patience. And
Mhm.
last but not least, card number two, we have the strength.
Oh, yes.
The first thing what I got from this card is overcome those limiting beliefs stopping you. Get tap in touch and tap into that inner power of yours. Tame your demons. She is holding the beast, and there is a chain here. So free yourself from those chains binding you right now. Tap into that inner strength there is within you. And also with the lion here, with Leo season can be significant between now and Leo season. Perhaps Lionsgate portal. Sorry, we have some technical glitches today.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah,
So
that's it
that's
for the cards. Well, it's very funny because I pulled this card, and yesterday I was in London, and I saw the original of this card, and that was the photo I uploaded. I'm here
mm,
standing before the painting of the Magus that was drawn in
wow.
somewhere around 1938, and I have my Magus card with me. I brought my cards with me, and there were nine of the pictures of that were drawn by Lady Frida Harris, um, were hanging there, and it was just
Oh,
lovely. And London is so great for a day, you know.
wonderful.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Magdalena, your fire horse, David, all say hello. So
Hi all.
lovely to have you here and
Yeah.
welcome. For those who joined later, today we are tackling your limiting beliefs. So let's
Mhm.
jump into that. I promise we'll come back to cards if
Yeah.
the time will allow. Last week, I promised you a process which I will take you through, and we will do it today. It's called Deacon's pattern. And I can guarantee you that it will give you enough leverage to change your life or at least overcome that limiting belief which is holding you. So last week we discussed what actually limiting beliefs are. So if you're watching this for the first time, I encourage you to watch our last session as well. Just a quick summary. Limiting beliefs are usually formed either in childhood, as a result of conditioning, even as an adult person, sort of trauma, and they may show up as really different situations or emotions like procrastination, perfectionism, burnout, overgiving, and so on and so on. They can also be very sneaky and creep in as a logic or logical thinking and people pleasing or feeling of or a need of feeling control. And we ask you to think about your limiting beliefs. What is that is holding you back from achieving the life of your dreams? Because remember, guys, that it's all part of the series, How to Live Your Dream Life.
Yeah.
And sometimes those limiting beliefs are the only way, which is, and the only thing which is holding us and standing in the way of us making that dream happen.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, and it's important to acknowledge that one of the hardest thing with limiting beliefs is acknowledging them
mm,
or finding them. So if you don't have limiting beliefs, if you think you don't have limiting beliefs, I can tell you that's not true. That's a limiting belief in itself. We all have them. And the most important thing there is to start listening to yourself.
mm,
What am I saying? What excuses am I making for not having it? Oh, I have to have money first, or I have to have this and this and this and this first things in order before I can live the life of my dreams.
mm, yeah.
and and by waiting, taking little baby steps towards your dreams because of all the conditions that have to be met first. That's how limiting beliefs hold you where you are. Conditions needing to be met first.
Mm. Yes, and it always starts with the present moment and identifying that belief. Another good question to ask yourself is, where do you feel like you're hitting a wall? What is that goal you want but never quite reach? When you think about those questions, and I encourage you to journal about that, you might actually find some interesting information. And if you do, the next question to answer would be, where do you sabotage your own progress? In other words, think of your dream or your goal that lights you up but feels out of reach, and complete the sentence, I can't achieve this because, and this answer will be your key. Next, when you do, and perhaps actually, guys, if you did your homework and you already identify your limiting beliefs, perhaps some of you will be courageous enough to share your limiting beliefs in the comments. You don't have to, but I'm just curious. I've shared few limiting beliefs of mine last week. So did Jan. So you know my weak side. But if you don't share, that's okay. It is important to, however, know that, because this is the belief we will be working today during this session. So make sure you know what is that you want to bring to the table today, so I could take it, destroy it, and implement a new thing instead of that. And the reason I say I, because I recorded a process for you, a short meditation. So make sure you will be able to find some quiet time today to sit and enjoy while I'm going to take you on a journey. But I'm not going to go there yet.
Yeah.
Now, let me switch off my screen here. Yes. Another good question to ask yourself is, what belief is hidden in that statement I mentioned? I can't achieve this because. And I want you to go deeper, and I want you to take that limiting belief and peel it away like an onion. Ask yourself, have you experienced that kind of block or that kind of way of thinking about something before? When was the first time you remember that thought? For example, I'm not good enough. When did it start, right? Is it a pattern which shows up in your relationships, money, career, or maybe it's something about your self-worth? And when you do, explore the roots of that pattern. Like, where did that belief come from? Whose voice do you hear when when you say it, when it plays in your head? Is it your voice? Perhaps it's somebody else's. Where, what were you, how to say it, is that belief true? Can you have proof for that belief that it's actually real? Or perhaps you can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 115 examples that it's not true. I really encourage you to dig deep with that.
Yeah. And especially if the voice is true, that's what we're going to work with. Uh, Finding the real truth about beliefs, and
Mm,
how can we bulldoze them, how can we change them, how can we revert them, how can we say, okay, let's go in a different direction.
yeah. And David says here, it's really helpful to look inside, because inside all the answers are waiting for us. And Claire here is the courageous one, sharing that my limiting beliefs were feeling guilty that I should pursue what I love, but today I know that isn't true. A difference, and I can't see the rest of the text.
It's true, a difference a week makes.
A
So
difference a week.
she went. It's definitely that Claire says, I went through a big process this week, and I examined my beliefs. I found them not to be true. I found them not to be real. I found them to be a story that was living within me, and I found my way out of them. and I found a new way forward, a new path. So
Wow.
congratulations, Claire. Wonderful,
Absolutely. Well
wonderful.
done. This is the thing. The tools we're giving you will work if you do your part. And Claire, well done.
Yeah,
And today you will probably, but I'm pretty sure, I'm positive actually that you will reach another quantum step.
yeah.
And
Oh,
Magdalena says
oh
here,
yeah,
sorry, I switched it off accidentally. I'm still working on my limiting belief that I am not worthy of a big success. Oh, that's a big one for
oh,
me
that's
too. And
one.
I'm glad you shared that. Thank you very much to our courageous, beautiful souls
Yes,
for
and David,
sharing.
yeah. And David was looking for the answers outside, and meaning that he's now aware that he can look for the answers outside, but he have to find parts of the answers always
Mm,
within, always within. It's an inner
wonderful.
process. Beliefs they are within, and they get created by, yeah, by many things, like you say, by our
Mm,
misfortune, by things that don't work or seemingly don't work, by people telling us you're not good enough. Uh, get rid of all these feelings. How, Luna? How do we do
absolutely.
it?
Well, one way, which I really recommend to do, is to ask yourself what is the real fear hiding behind that belief. Is it rejection? Is it failure? Is it success, like Magda said? Is it perhaps being alone? I encourage you to go deeper and deeper and deeper. One of the tools I can't recommend enough is journaling and writing those questions, and writing almost to the point of automatical writing, that instead of the mind, it's actually the wisdom from within guiding your hand. But obviously, use the tool which works for you. And the next step would be to rewrite the story, rewrite the stars. One of my favorite questions when it comes to rewriting that story is, if this belief was a lie, what would be the truth? I encourage you to think about it, to go deep with that question, because it may actually surprise you.
Yeah. So Iron Firehorse says, I'm stuck at this point. Is it a limiting belief or just a real life responsibility? I am stuck is absolutely a belief, a limiting belief.
Yes.
You're never stuck. You can feel stuck. You can think you're stuck. You can even experience stuckness, which is real. You're not lying to yourself. It comes from within that feeling. But it's something you need to do, and like Luna says, write it down, journal about why you are stuck, how you are stuck, how does the experience itself, and from there on start to rewrite your story and manifest the change.
Last Sunday, one of my biggest dreams for 2025 came true, and it came true even before I even had that dream. And I'm lucky enough to share that wonderful and beautiful experience with my best friends, Magdalena and Anna, who are today with us. And what I've learned is a beautiful example, which I'm going to show you now, because this is that limiting belief, right? I'm stuck. Yes, you're facing the wall, you're stuck. You can't see a way forward, you can't see a solution. But what if you turn? All of a sudden, the new horizon appears, the new way, perhaps not forward, but in a different direction. And I can guarantee you that if you look around close enough, you will find a solution.
Yeah,
Pray for it, ask for it, and be open to receive it.
yeah,
An Iron Fire Horse says, I will definitely spend time with these questions. That's why we're doing this type of session. to, because we know how, at least I can speak for myself, limiting beliefs were one of the things it were really hard for me to overcome, and yet I'm on the other side of many of them, and this is my passion now, to help others to overcome them as well, because when you do, you'll see how you'll spring forward into the life of your dream. And
Yeah.
David says, love that message, Luna. And Anna says, I remember that. She knows what I'm talking about, because we all just dropped our jaws because it's so simple. And yet, all we need to do sometimes is to turn our head and look in a different direction. It's
Yeah.
easier to say than it's easier to do it. Absolutely. Easier said than done. Mm, but for those courageous souls who came here to grow and learn, limiting beliefs are actually challenges. And
Mhm.
to me, those are the signs. Yes, I'm on the right path, because on the other side, that's where the growth is. That's where the light is.
Yeah. The funny thing is that very very big chunk of limiting beliefs we can always find in sports. We always have sports. I remember when I was young, running 100 meters in 10 seconds was impossible. And then the 10 seconds was hit, and this would be the limit of that was the belief. This was the limit of what was humanly possible, running 100 meters in 10 seconds. And then all of a sudden, I don't know who it was, maybe Magic Johnson or whatever, run 99.99. Oh, wow, the record was broken. And all of a sudden, within a year, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other runners broke the 10-second barrier, because all of a sudden they knew it was possible. And because they knew it was possible, they did it. And it was the same with
Exactly.
the invention of aviation, with flying. And I know, and especially speed records, height records, high jump records, they all stand. The world record is always a belief. And we slowly began to acknowledge that
Yes.
with training, with mental preparation, with physical preparation, a combination of mental and physical preparation, all these records can be broken and will be broken. The sky
That's
is the limit.
such a great example. And sky is not the limit. The mind is. And before I
Absolutely.
ask you the last question, which will summarize everything, I just want to share this beautiful comment from Claire. It gives me goosebumps of energy, like a hug coming through the screen. Thank you, Luna. Oh, my pleasure. You're welcome. This is always my intention, to spread so much love and light, and whatever is there in me, I can share, especially if it helps. This is my passion. This is my purpose.
Great job.
Okay. So, last question to ask yourself, and I really want you to spend time on that, is, what's your new, more empowering belief you choose to live by now? And this is very important, because we will take that belief today as well, to give ourselves some energy and some wings to make this process easier, because I promised you to give you enough leverage to do it, and that's going to be important. So give yourself a few seconds more time if you need, and think about that new empowering belief,
Yeah.
because you are already enough. You are worthy.
Yeah.
You are already capable of reaching the life of your dream, of
Mhm.
making that happen, that creation of yours.
Yeah. That's wonderful. So the two things are,
Mm,
for instance, writing down something I can't or it has never been done, and then change that, reverse that thing. So that's the change, or like you said, the bulldozing of the old belief and then replacing it by a completely new one. Those are the two elements of overcoming limitations. And
yes. But as we always say, take small steps. So ask yourself, what would you do differently with that new belief this week? It doesn't have to be the big change of your life immediately. No, change one thing, but make sure you are consistent and disciplined about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's about time to sit comfortably. You can dim your lights, guys, if you wish, because I will ask you to close your eyes if it's safe for you to do. If you're driving or if you're operating a heavy machinery, please don't close your eyes and focus on what you're doing. But if you can relax, I invite you to just have a moment with yourself. Now, due to techies, I will share a meditation and Jan will do some magic to it so we could all see it. So, see you on the other side, changed, transformed, and take your limiting beliefs with you. There it is, bear with me, and here we are. See you on the other side.
Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes. Begin by breathing deeply into your belly. Inhale and exhale. With each breath, feel your body becoming heavier and more relaxed. You are safe. You are supported. You're about to meet the truth your soul has been waiting for. Now, imagine there is a path in front of you. You begin to walk down this path, but you're carrying a belief that whispers, I'm not good enough. I'll be rejected if I try. Success isn't for people like me. Keep walking and notice how your life would look like a year from now. Still believing this. What do you see? What have you not done? How do you feel waking up every day? Now, walk further. 5 years from now, you're still holding on to this belief. What opportunities have passed you by? What relationships have suffered? What dreams are collecting dust in the corners of your soul? Now see yourself in the mirror 10 years from now. The version of you who have never let go of this story. Look into your own eyes What do they want to say to you? What do you regret? How does it feel in your body to stay small, unseen, and silent? Let this sink in, not to hurt you, but to awaken you. You are not this story, and you can choose again. Now, take a deep breath and imagine walking back to where the path began. But this time, you drop this belief. You leave it behind like a heavy cloak. You take one step forward as someone who chooses a new truth. I am more than enough. I am worthy of being seen. I trust myself. I am safe to grow. Now, feel into your life 1 year from now, living from that new belief. What are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? What are you proud of? Go further. 5 years into the future. See the version of you who trusted themselves, who took the leap, who kept showing up. What is different about your life? Your energy, your work, have a look around and see how your relationships look like. Who is in your life? Now, go into a mirror and see how your eyes sparkle. Do you look healthy? Now, 10 years from now, you stand tall, radiant, and fully expressed. You've lived a life in alignment with your soul, not fear. What does this version of you want to say to you now? What message can you hear? Now, bring both hands to your heart. Feel the wisdom of your future self already living inside of you. Take 3 deep breaths. And when you're ready, whisper this to yourself. I choose truth. I choose growth. I choose me. Gently bring your awareness back into the room. Wiggle your fingers. Stretch. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome back in your new reality.
That was beautiful.
Welcome back. Please do share in the comments. How do you feel, guys? Did you have your breakthrough? Did you get to see your new life? And how do you feel about it? Obviously, it was a short process,
Yeah.
but powerful enough. But imagine what I can do in in 1 hour session, one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yes. But I hope this was helpful and this brings you some hope and faith. And Suzanne says she feels optimistic. That's lovely.
Yes.
It's always a wonderful energy to share.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thank you for sharing this, Luna. This was beautiful.
it was a pleasure to create. We promised you also some action steps. And I will ask Jan to pull some cards just before we go. just to bring that extra guidance from the cards. And first card I will ask you to pull is about the new belief. This card will reflect the essence of your empowered belief, that seed you have planted right now. What is the core truth I am ready to live by?
The Queen of Cups.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the core truth of the Queen of Cups is self-love, self-care, inspiration, love for others, love for life, love for beauty. Um, so the core truth is show up as the best version of yourself. All the others are already taken. It's all about inspiration. It's caring. It's loving. There is flow.
Yeah.
It's beauty. It's pure
Nourish,
beauty. Yeah,
nourishment coming from that heart, living truly with the heart's desire, the emotional fulfillment coming out of the life.
yeah,
And Claire says, wow, what a card.
yeah.
Now, what needs to shift within your mind? This card will show us the mindset that must be rewired to allow the new belief to take root. So, what thoughts or mental patterns must I release, or must you release or transform? So, what needs to shift within the mind?
What needs to shift in the mind? We have card number 14 from the Thoth deck. So that's not necessarily temperance, but it's alchemy. This is alchemy. This is art. This is blending, blending fire and mercury or fire and water, uh, changing things, the cauldron, the womb of rebirth. So what needs to shift? All the old patterns need to shift. All colors need to shift. This card, when is always often paired in this deck with the Lovers card, where the eagle is white and the lion is red, and so everything needs to shift. All your beliefs need to shift. Whatever was can be different. Whatever was can be different. It can be transformed. Lead can be turned into gold. It's alchemy.
Wow.
And a chemical
Well,
lead is, of course, what's living in our minds. Our mindset needs to shift.
what I picked from that card is because you said the alchemy, the message I received was also that need of having control and having that belief that you have to create everything, that everything needs to be done by you with your hands. No, it takes away the space for the flow. It takes away for the divine guidance and divine action to come in and actually help us to be where we want to be. Beautiful card.
Boom.
What needs to shift within our body? What what is that grounding, that belief into reality through either lifestyle or routine or presence, the pentacle energy of the resources we have, the body, and what physical habits or actions must I align with the new belief?
Yeah. So I pulled again a cups card, the five of cups. So again a card of
Mhm.
heart. The heart, actually one you pulled earlier tonight. Um, in the top deck, the card has the minor cards have names, and this one is disappointment. So again, what needs to shift in the body? It's the belief that things that didn't work in the past, and that's represented by the empty cups on the bottom, will manifest in the future. All only you. Sometimes you just have to believe. You have to let go of the beliefs that things don't work. Have to believe that things will work. Have to have the understanding that um, that results from the past are no guarantee for the future. Not the bad ones and not the good ones. You can change your reality. You can change the outcome by stepping up. So what needs to shift is something, I would say, something in the heart that that you know that there is a new outcome for you.
Speaking about the heart, what needs to shift in the heart then? This card will talk about this emotional integration, letting go of past wounds to feel safe in the new. So, what emotions or stories in my head need healing or upgrading?
Wow, that's a tricky one. The Eight of Cups. So what needs to shift in the heart? Uh, this one that definitely says, yeah, let actually the Eight of Cups is a card of letting go. It's
Exactly.
letting go of wounds, letting go of old pains, letting go of um, so turning your back to the old you that didn't function 100%, turning your back to the old situations that didn't work for you 100%, walking away from this emotional pressure you feel sometimes imposed to you by others. One of the big things of our limiting beliefs is just the others telling us, oh, this has never been done, you cannot do it, you're not good enough, oh, you don't have the education for that, you're not smart enough for that, you don't work hard enough for that. Turn your back, or just like you say, look the other way, look around it.
Yes, and sometimes it will be
Don't let it stand in your
attachments
face.
holding us back. So letting go and leaving the attachments behind perhaps
Yeah.
would be a good thing.
And Claire,
Next,
lovely comment for one for Claire for this card. Let the all stagnant waters emotions go. And that's so
beautiful.
true in this card. So true in this card.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Claire.
Um, I will ask you to pull two more cards, and one will talk about your empowered action, a direct, practical, or spiritual action you are ready to take now. So, what is that next aligned step to embody with this new belief?
Boom. Truth.
Cards are on fire today.
This one is on fire. The Princess of Swords is on fire. So it's cutting through the matter, cutting. It's bringing out your own truth, bringing out your super strength. Don't let dark clouds behind you or above you. Don't let the storms that surround you take the best of you. It's just take action. Take any action. Just you know what I always say, karma. Action is the dance of manifestation, and the Princess of Swords is truly dancing today.
Yes. And last but not least, hopefully my doggy will allow me to speak,
Hmm.
is the future you. A message or a glimpse of your empowered self, living your truth. So, what will I become as I embody this belief?
I love the keyword of the Two of Swords. Of,
Beautiful.
of the Two of Swords
Peace.
on the Thoth Tarot. The Two of Swords can be a card of conflict, can be a card of just not seeing the truth, which actually uh, is denied by the Princess of Swords. Uh, but this is really what you're finding is inner peace. What you're finding is truth. What you're finding is, okay, I've made it. Maybe I'm not ready for a next step, but for right now, I'm just enjoying deeply within what my achievements, my results.
Thank you for those beautiful messages, Jan. And I want to jump quickly into comment section
Yeah.
because while you were reading cards, comments started to flow in. And Anna said, because I asked our viewers who are live to share the experience after the process we did. And Anna says it was amazing. And she saw us on Bali.
Ooh,
David says, that was incredible. I had two white doves with me. What a beautiful visions. And doves are the symbol of peace.
peace.
And
Yeah.
Claire says here, I felt my heart chakra blocked in block. I couldn't even say it. That's how deep it was. So Claire says, I felt my heart chakra blocked in my old life, but lifted and held in my new life. Wonderful. I opened my eyes on the lady with the green leotard. I'm not sure what leotard is.
Leopard, probably.
Could be. Thank you deeply. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. And Magda says, I feel amazing. And there was a big relief. Thank you for
Mm,
sharing those.
thank you
Oh,
all.
Iron Fire Horse says, I feel more focused and energized. Thank you, Luna. Oh, you're welcome. Claire, one of the biggest fan I know of the Tough Tarot as well. Obviously loves the cards.
Yeah.
And David says here, this space is so powerful. Thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for that
David.
compliment. This is our intention indeed. That's why we work together, because together we can do more and go further.
And
Thank
that's
you
not a
so much.
limiting belief, it's an empowering belief.
Yes. And perhaps we should talk about empowering beliefs next time. That's
Absolutely.
a good idea. We will continue to talk about life of our dreams. These visuals had a lady wearing a green outfit in yoga pose. Oh, what a
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful vision. And the green space is the heart space to me, but it also represents Mother Gaia, the nurturing energy of Mother Earth. Also, grounding. And Iron Fire Horse says maybe it was Buddha, Green Tara, Claire. Absolutely.
The green
I
Tara, yeah.
feel that
I
connection
love
there
that.
too, especially with Green Tara, the energy, earth energy. So thank you so much, lovely people. Thank you, Jan. Thank you to
Thank
all who
you, Luna.
contributed into this session
Thank
today
you.
with your beautiful comments. And if you're watching this um, in your own time, please jump in the comment and say hi. We love
Yep.
to see where this content goes to and where you are in the world, where you're watching us from. And Magda, and I actually felt that as well. And I thought to myself, maybe it was Magda. And here it is, a comment. Maybe it was me in my green yoga outfit. Yes, Magda
And
was the
Magda is
one.
making her dreams a reality too with her yoga practice. I
Mm.
love that. Yeah.
And Claire says, a true blessing to be here this evening with everyone, sorry. Such incredible energy and peace for sure. And peace is also a feeling and emotion I am at right now. And I shared this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And everything I do confirms how much in peace I am within myself, within the life I've created. But something tells me it's that peace before the storm. Bring it on. Yes,
Bring
and
it
we're
on, bring it on. Yeah. And look, especially today, I want to thank all our live viewers, live commenters who turned it into together we have turned it into a magical space. It's not just you and me; it's all of us, and
yes. This is
that's
that beautiful
it's a beauty,
energy and
the beauty of this show.
in
Uh,
community we
community.
created here.
Really.
So we're so happy we found each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's
this is
hard
it.
to disconnect.
Yeah,
It's
but
so lovely.
we have to. Yeah, yeah. And looking forward to see you next week, and maybe someone tomorrow on the Toss Talks of the Terror Association of the British Isle. I'm talking to you, Claire. Looking forward, and of course, I would say, yeah, this Toss Magician and the original was really one of the highlights of this week for me.
Yeah. Look at his smile.
Oh my goodness, such a great day.
Take care,
And
guys. Have a
yeah,
wonderful
you too.
evening and see you in this space.
See you next week. Bye
Wednesday,
bye.
8
Bye all.